Welcome to the Hvmpo 2021 to 2024 Transportation Improvement Program. This is the draft 2021 to 2024 Transportation Improvement Program for the Hvmpo. Before we begin, I'm going to take you through how to turn on translated closed captioning. The following instructions will show you how to turn on closed captioning in your selected language. Find the menu at the bottom of the screen. Click the closed captioning button, shown by the red arrow. Click the settings button. Click on the subtitles option. Select English or your chosen language. You may need to scroll down for this. After selecting a language, subtitles should appear. Western Connecticut Council of Governments is comprised of two metropolitan planning organizations, the Housatonic Valley MPO and the Southwestern Region MPO. Today's meeting or presentation will focus on the 2021 to 2024 Transportation Improvement Program, TIP update for the Hvmpo. WestCOG is a voluntary association of towns and cities located in Western Connecticut. It serves as a forum for municipal chief elected officials to come together and discuss issues of common interest and cooperate on various initiatives. WestCOG staff serve as staff to the Hvmpo as well. There are 10 municipalities located in the Hvmpo: Bethel, Bridgewater, Brookfield, Danbury, New Fairfield, New Milford, Newtown, Reading, Ridgefield, and Sherman. What is an MPO? MPOs are federally mandated and federally funded transportation policymaking organizations designated by the governor. MPOs serve as forums for cooperative transportation decision-making in urbanized areas with populations of 50,000 or more. Originally created in 1962 as part of the Federal Aid Highway Act, the purpose of an MPO is to ensure that existing and future expenditures of federal funds for transportation projects and programs are based on continuing, cooperative, and comprehensive planning process, also known as 3C planning. Hvmpo is made up of chief elected officials and one transit representative. MPOs are responsible for carrying out the major planning functions outlined by federal regulations, including the development and administration of the TIP in cooperation with the Connecticut Department of Transportation, CTDOT. What is the TIP? The Transportation Improvement Program, or the TIP, is a financially constrained listing of all federally funded transportation projects in the region. Once finalized, projects on the 2021 to 2024 TIP are expected to receive federal transportation funds over the 4-year period. Projects on the TIP are developed through a collaborative planning process and are identified in the region's long-range transportation plan. Projects on the TIP are developed cooperatively between the MPOs, CTDOT, and other transportation stakeholders. The TIP is amended as needed to adjust for project and funding changes. Amendments are vetted by the Technical Advisory Group and then endorsed by the MPO. CTDOT concurrently maintains the draft 2021 to 2024 State Transportation Improvement Program, or the STIP, which lists all state transportation projects. Projects on the TIP conform to federal air quality standards and assist in achieving federal performance measures. Shown here is the draft project listing for the Hvmpo 2021 to 2024 Transportation Improvement Program. This can also be found on the WestCOG website for further review. There is a variety of projects listed. For example, there are intersection improvements in several municipalities. There are also bike ped improvements and many statewide projects. On this page, you can see that there are projects for HART Transit. The map shown on the left identifies environmental justice census tracts in pink, and the map on the right shows municipalities that are considered having limited English proficiency. Environmental justice, Executive Order number 12898, is a requirement to identify and address disproportionate and adverse effects on minority and low-income populations. This applies to federal programs, policies, and activities. In order for the MPO planning efforts to comply with EJ mandates, MPOs are evaluated by 3 criteria at the census tract level. If a census tract satisfies one threshold, it is designated as an area for EJ evaluation. Limited English proficiency. The federal standard for identifying areas of limited English proficiency. A language is considered an LEP language if the language group in a federally defined census tract constitutes 5% or more of total population and speaks English as federally defined then less than very well. Draft tip projects, as seen on the project listing shown before, have been plotted by point and by lines depending on the project location or type. You can see, for example, that there is an intersection project in Danbury identified by an orange dot. Transportation districts and statewide projects. Some projects may occur at multiple locations throughout a district and are not easily shown on the map. Projects located in District 4, along with funding details, are provided in the draft 2021 to 2024 HVMPO tip, as shown earlier. Statewide projects do not typically have exact locations associated with them. They include projects such as operating assistance, travel demand management, and statewide technology projects. Statewide projects for HVMPO, along with funding details, are provided in the draft 2021 to 2024 HVMPO tip. The draft tip documents are available at the WestCOG website, shown on the link here. Comments on the draft tip or draft air quality conformity may be made by mail to the WestCOG office, 1 Riverside Road in Sandy Hook, Connecticut, by email at plan@westcog.org, or by telephone 475-323-2071. The draft 2021 to 2024 STIP and draft public involvement procedures for CONDOT will also be available for review and comment from August 24th to October 9th. For more information, visit condot.gov/DOT/STIP. Comments should be directed to Ms. Mary Beth Wojcinski, P.O. Box 317546 in Newington, Connecticut. Thank you for coming to this presentation for the HVMPO 2021-2024 tip. This is a draft document listing, and more information can be found on the WestCOG website.